We'd like to make your dreams come true at Active Riding Trips. Whether you're an active horseman, avid horseman, or part-time horseman, you can enjoy Active Riding Trips. You can ride the Gold Rush ride in the mountains of California near the Gold Rush Find, the hills of New England and Vermont, Virginia fox hunting, Tuscany to Ireland, and to South America. It's all there for you. You'll be treated like a king or a queen at ActiveRidingTrips.com. Get a hold of them, make your dreams come true, and make memories. Gooseberry Natural Feed was created to provide healthy products, basic nutrition, and enhance the digestive system and process in all equines. Gooseberry has certified organic ingredients for a total health feed. To learn more about Gooseberry Natural Feed, contact them at gooseberrynaturalfeed.net. Well, again, here on Speaking of Horses, and we are again in Baltimore, World Horse Expo, and we've been having a great weekend here. And right now, I'm happy to have with me as a guest one of the clinicians that's here in Harris or in Baltimore at this Horse World Expo. Gigi Nutter is with me, dressage clinician. Actually, I worked with Gigi years ago when I was doing the Alabama Horse Fair in Montgomery. So we're happy to have you join us, Gigi, and tell us. You travel around, do a lot of instructing in dressage, but tell us how you kind of got your start in doing dressage.
Well, I was in the hunter and jumper world for years, and my instructor, George Morris, told me that I should ride with Gunnar Ostergaard years ago when he first came here to get a little bit of background in dressage. And once I started, it was like I was hooked. And then, so I just did dressage for me because I was still hauling the kids around doing the hunter and jumpers. And after about 10 years, I started teaching it and showing, and I just got into it full force.
And away you went, and the rest is history. Now, I assume you have competed as well as instruct.
Oh, yes. I've competed all my life, and then I started competing when I was like 21. In dressage, and been competing ever since, and have a pretty good record in the national shows, in the Horse of the Year, and the A-Big championships.
Well, now you've been going around to different places, and you have been putting on, clinics and things. And right now, you're here doing clinics all this weekend in Baltimore at Horse World Expo. So, how many of these do you do a year? You do a lot of training, and I'm sure you go to individual lessons and you go to group lessons and various clinics that you set up just for you. But how about the expos like this?
I haven't done a lot of expos. This is the first one in a long time since the Alabama Horse Fair, and I truly enjoy it, and I hope I can get out there and do some more of it.
Well, I was sitting here yesterday when you were doing your clinic, and it's really fun to watch you do these things, and the crowd here in Baltimore, there's a huge percentage of the horse people here that are into dressage, so you've got a really good built-in audience for what you're doing.
Yeah, I felt like people received my speech pretty good yesterday.
So now you still live in Georgia?
Yes, I still live in Georgia, 17 years, but I'm originally from Pennsylvania for 40 years.
Well, we don't talk about how long all those things go. All right, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, Gigi, and contact you about either lessons or clinics or, whatever it is they want to discuss with you, how would they look you up and how would they find you?
Well, there's old Google, and you can Google Touch and Go Farm, and our website will come right up.
So it's Touch and Go. Now, is that just an N?
Yes, Touch and just N, Go Farm.
Okay, so that's how they would find all the data, and the contact information is there as well. Gigi, thank you for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome, and go Ravens.
Go Ravens today, right. Hang on here. We're going to send you right over here to watch a little dressage in action, and stay with us. There's more coming on Speaking of Horses. Speaking of horses is made possible by Equessentials Horse Care Products. For products developed by a horse person, for horse people, and horse use. Please check out Equessentials Horse Products. They have all the products you need to perfectly care for your horse's coat and physical appearance and well-being. Equessentials. Well, again, we're here at Horse World Expo in beautiful Baltimore, and it's a great weekend in January. This event always is a great weekend. But I'm really happy to be sitting next to P.J. O'Dwyer. I said that correctly, right?
Yes, you did.
All right.
Yes, you did.
An author who has a trilogy coming out. The book is Relentless, which you can see right here. And tell us a little bit about some of your inspiration. Now, I was looking over some of this last night, but tell us about some of your inspiration for writing this book and then the two that are going to follow.
Well, Wayne, I think it was one of those things where I fell into it by accident, really. I was looking for something to write a novel about, and my heroine was going to be operating a horse rescue. And because I write romantic suspense, I needed to find something that was suspenseful and what she cared about most, and that would be her family and her horses. So I concentrated on the horses and started doing some research and found out about kill buyers and slaughterhouses, which I had no idea existed. And after I was done with the research, I knew that that was the story that I needed to write, that I needed to get that message out to folks that wouldn't ordinarily know about what's happening with our horses today.
Well, and it's kind of interesting. It takes place where there's, the one neighbor who is rounding up the horses for slaughter and the other neighbor who, is against it, and the battle ensues over how we're going to do this. But it has a lot of twists and turns, and I got a preview of only the first couple of chapters, but it has a lot of twists and turns in it. But it still draws you in to the main thrust of the story, which is bringing up the issue of how do we work with or how do we work around the issues of slaughter.
Exactly. I think it's not a black and white issue as people would have you to believe. I think it starts with education, and also our issue, I think, is overbreeding. And I really don't know what the answers are, for that. And I think it's a very, there's two sides, to every issue. And people who care and love horses are also folks that are not sure whether they support slaughter or not, because there's other horses out there, a lot of horses that, they struggle and they have a lot of issues where, they're starving out in the fields and they're left on their own to do, what they can do as far as feeding themselves, where they're actually eating bark off of trees and they're starving to death. So I think, people think maybe slaughter might be the issue if it was humanely done. And that's like the biggest issue, I think, is that it's very cruel how these horses come to an end.
Well, it is a very complex issue, and, there are needs for various things. One of the things that you have to remember is that there is also what they call a fate worse than death, and that just the fact that certain things laws are passed doesn't miraculously make people want to do something different. You said it. It's all about education.
I think that's where it actually starts, and that's what I'm hoping, that the book will reach other folks that wouldn't normally, like I said, know about horses and the issues, and maybe reach out to a rescue or go to Capitol Hill and get on the bandwagon as far as trying to make things change in government in regard to that.
And there's a lot needs to be done that way. There's a lot of speaking up and saying your piece. Now, let me ask you this. How do people get a hold of the book and get a hold of you to not only get the books but learn more about what you're doing?
Well, I appreciate that. The book actually comes out April 15th, and I will be donating a portion of the sales to Horse Rescue. You can actually go to my website at www.pjodwyer.com, and you can order a copy there, and you will also be able to choose what horse rescue you want to donate your portion to.
Well, it's really it's a good book. It's a good read. The first 2 or 3 chapters, which are the preview, which is all I got, but it was really intriguing, and there's a great message there as well. And the bottom line is to do the best by the animals that we possibly can. However that turns out to be, we want to do the best that we can do by them and for them. And one of the things that struck me in there talked about somebody asking you about where you come up with all the ideas for some of your stories, and you said being married to a cop makes it pretty easy.
Yeah, well, it does. I mean, I've been married to a police officer for 22 years, I think it is, and never a day goes by that we don't get to hear a little bit about what goes on in his life. So it gives me a lot of great ideas, a lot of things rolling in my head, and I remember, those things come up when I'm trying to find a storyline or a plot line. It helps a lot.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a real pleasure, PJ. I enjoyed the interview, and I encourage everybody to get the book April 15th.
Yeah.
Contact you about more data. It will be a trilogy, and it's a good read. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And stay with us. We got more coming right here on Speaking of Horses. Well, here we are at Horse World Expo in Baltimore, Maryland. It's the 2012 version of the Horse World Expo. And I'm standing next to Lori Parcoloni, and Lori has, she airs on our affiliate TV already on Speaking of Horses, but move in just a little bit here, Lori. She's got a new book out. Tell us about the book, Lori.
Okay, so this book is called Natural Equine Remedies, and it talks about prevention, solution, and results using herbal remedies and nutrition to help keep horses healthy, sound, and happy.
Well, this is your first book?
This is my second book.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
My first book is How to Identify and Release Your Horse's Pain Points. And the reason why I wrote this book is because I had so many people ask me questions on colic, founder, ulcers, how to prevent it. So I put together 12 years of my experience in schooling.
Let me see the book here.
And it talks about, it has before and after pictures, it has links to the sites, to the products, it has veterinarian testimonials, it has all the research, it has cheat sheet charts for homeopathy and herbs.
It's got it all in there, and you do a lot of work in nutrition and holistic medicines and the like, and actually you air new shows probably once a month on our affiliate TV.
Yes, hopefully, yes, I do air. I'm going to start with abscesses and then allergies, and it's going to go on from there, and I'm going to show you the herbal remedies that I use from the book on the affiliate show of Speaking of Horses.
Now, people want to get your book and get a hold of you. Tell us again, Lori, how do they do that?
They go to www.happynaturalhorse.com.
That'll work. Hey, now, we're standing in a lost and found horse rescue booth.
Yes, we are.
Could we talk to those people a bit because you're sharing a booth and working?
Yep.
Here, let's bring them up here. Come up here, guys. Don't look so excited. Look at it. Look how excited they look, all right?
They've been working
Come on in here. All right. Let me move over a little bit. All right. Maria and Emma. All right, Maria, tell us a little about your program.
Well, my name is Maria, and I am the manager of Lost and Found Horse Rescue in Germantown, Maryland. Our goal is to rescue, rehabilitate, retrain, and then find forever homes for our animals. We have about 25 donkeys and around 25 horses now, so we finally evened out. But our donkeys are awesome, and everyone needs one.
And your tasks?
I'm an intern there, so I help with training and care and learning everything that Maria has to show me.
So Maria's your teacher, you're the intern, but it's, Lost and Found Horse Rescue. All the rescues are needed out there, to take care of these horses. So how do people contact you about helping?
The best way to contact me is via email, and my email is at our website, which is www.lfhr.org.
Okay, so they can go to the website, learn about it, contact you, and how to donate, how to help, anything that you can do to help the program, right?
Yes.
Well, we're having a great time, Horse World Expo. We have Maria and your name again?
Emma.
And Emma from the Horse Rescue, Lost and Found Horse Rescue, and of course Lori. Lean your head in, Lori, so you're on camera there. And We got more coming. Stay with us right here on Speaking of Horses. Humane manufacturing mats reduce bedding costs. They cushion animals' joints and muscles. Mats will not absorb moisture and animal fluids. You know, all of our recycled rubber mats and rubber floor products are made using only the best of the best, clean, green, and recycled. Antibacterial and antifungal agents are added during the manufacturing process, guaranteed not to curl or buckle as you see here. Rubber mats use the Lock Tough system. Use Humane manufacturing stall mats for all of your needs. Andis, professional, lightweight, versatile grooming tools for a best-in-show finish with every stroke. With Andis Power Stroke, you have a heavy-duty, high-speed, power groom for professional results every time you clip. Also, get great horse grooming tips from Dana Boyd Miller and from Andis. Check us out at andis.com, also on Facebook and Twitter. Well, again, we're at Horse World Expo in Baltimore, and we're standing next to Julio Mendoza right now. And thanks for joining us on this shot, Julio. And you just kind of like the hit of the whole expo, aren't you?
I think so.
I got you. You do a great job with your dressage training, your clinics, your presentations, but he performs. And in a little bit, we're going to show you some footage of Julio on the beautiful Frisian Ivan, and then on your Lusitano as well. So you're going to see him in action, but you know, you've been performing a lot, you've been training a lot. But you had a real wonderful event this year. Tell us about qualifying for and going to the Pan Am Games in Mexico.
And I think it's a great opportunity. I think God blessed me when giving me the opportunity to go to the Pan Am Game. And it's a very hard competition, and I'm very lucky, and I'm very, very pleased because I'm riding a Frisian horse, and never before Frisian horses qualified for the Pan Am Game, and it's the first time the Frisian qualify, and it's an honor for me show the Frisian can do it, and especially in an international show. Ivan, the opportunity to go in the Pan Am Game and the experience is a lot. We're learning a lot. We're seeing a lot of the good riders in the same ring. Okay, and it's good to see Stefan Peter and Heather Bless, the Canadian team, the Brazilian team competing in the same ring when there's a Frisian horse right there, and plus this what you're learning about the judges, the warm up, the timing, the rain, the stable. Okay, you're learning a lot about the international show. It's a good opportunity for me.
Well, to be able to take the horse, to be able to go to Guadalajara, Mexico, and compete against all of these top athletes and equine athletes from all around North and South America is, I mean, just being there has got to be a thrill.
Oh, it's a blast. Yeah. It's a blast. Yeah.
It's sort of like at the World Equestrian Games, just the fact that I got to announce there. It was a blast. Whether whether I did the best job, worst job, it didn't matter. Just being included, you know, is a deal. Now, you perform here in Baltimore at Horse World Expo with the Lusitano, with the Frisian, but you're also working for our Theater Equus that we do in Harrisburg coming up the end of February. You're working up some acts too. So, what do you give us a sneak peek?
Okay, and I'm going to give a little bit my sneak peek, okay? And I think I'm going to bring in my main boy, Ivan. I'm going to do in the freestyle with him, and I'm going to add to my perform is a garrocha. Garrocha is a classic move to originals coming from Spain, and it's a very nice move and a very classic move that you can do with the horses. It's a dancing with the horse. Everything is about dancing with the horse, and I think I love to doing that because my and how thinking all the time is creating harmony in between horse and the rider. Okay?
And with the harmony, the dance is a perfect way to exhibit that harmony.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we got some neat things cooking in Harrisburg, and we want you to come join us there at the end of February for Theater Equus at Horse World Expo there. But right now, we're going to take a little look at some of what Julio has done here in Baltimore. So watch this, because we're going to show you Julio in action. Woodstar Products offers custom stalls for every barn and every barn style. Woodstar offers top quality design, construction, and customer service for every stall and barn need you can come up with. Custom built for you. Design your own stall with their new system online at woodstarproducts.com. Check them out. That's Woodstar Products.